Hi everyone, and welcome back to my channel, or welcome to my channel if you're new. Today we are going to be learning something again. Something with the side-by-side. What exactly are we learning today?
So, I don't know if she can show you. These are the factory door bushings, hinge bushings, and then these are the brass ones that you can buy online. As you can see, there's a massive difference between them. I don't know if anyone has had issues with their Kawasaki doors or not, but they just don't seal very well. Plus, if you, I don't know, it's gonna be kind of hard to show. There's so much play and movement in the door, and that causes it to drag and have a bunch of issues. So, we're changing them out. We'll kind of give you a step-by-step, at least the best we can, to try to show you. And I'd recommend doing it if you can before you take your machine out for the first time, just because it'll be easy and not as dirty as ours will probably be.
Yep. So today's a venture again for our mind and learning. So let's get going. What
We'll need is a little tiny screwdriver to pop the C clip, and then you need number 3 drill bit or Phillips bit, and then number 4 Allen wrench. And you don't have to have a drill, you can just use a screwdriver if you want to. Alright, so the first thing Bailey's doing is we have a push pin, as you can see right there, and then there, and then there's 3 more on the other side of the door as well. Alright, so now she's taking them off on the other side. You have one there, you have one a little bit further down, and then you have 2 more right there that you need to remove. So now Bailey is going to remove all of the screws with the number 3 Phillips bit. There is a bunch of them, guys. They're both black and silver. Just remember where they go. If you take a picture beforehand, it's pretty self-explanatory. And she just made a mess. So we're going to take them all off, and then we'll show you at that point what's next. Alright, so she's going to then remove that little Allen wrench. That's the number 4 Allen wrench. Alright, so one more tool that you can have, if you have it, you kind of have to break apart where it clips in right here. And it's kind of difficult, but you can see where it'll clip in, and it basically does that the whole entire way down. And there's one more. And now you have that part partially removed, and now you have to go to the bottom part here, which is, once again, a little bit more difficult. Actually, that actually popped off really easily for me. You can see 3 more screws. There's one there, there's one here, and there's one all the way down there. And I just kind of peel it away a little bit to get those 3 screws out. And then you have everything fall apart on you, just so you're aware and be prepared for it. But it's not too bad to put it back together. Alright, so this is where it literally kind of just falls apart on you. When you start taking it apart, just be careful. When you go to take this apart, you kind of know where everything goes and how you're supposed to put it back together. So I just kind of let that pop out of there, so that way it's out of my way and I can actually now get to the hinges.
It's dirty.
It's very dirty. That's why I said if you get a chance to do it, go in before you even take it out, by all means. Recommend it.
It's dirty.
And we clean it too.
Yeah. Well, we don't obviously take the door apart.
No, but we clean our machines pretty well. So now that we have it taken apart, I use a clamp to get it out of my way and hold it there. Plus, for video purposes, it's easier. So you're changing these bushings out right here. Little plastic bushing, little plastic bushing, plastic bushing, plastic bushing. On the bottom here, there's a C-clip. And I know it's kind of hard to see, unfortunately, but you can see the C-clip right there. That you need to remove so you can get the pin out. So you have a washer and a C-clip on both of them. Just be careful you don't lose either of them. Now we're just going to take these 2 pins out, pop the bushings, and then we'll re-put the brass bushings in. I use a little bit of WD-40 to push them back in, it's just a little bit easier. So this is where it kind of gets even more difficult, because now the whole door frame will fall off on you. This one's a little bit more fun because you gotta kind of work your way out. That's the top one. Out, and then it's up to you, but you can just put this back in there for the moment, so at least it holds it for you until you get the bottom one, and then you'll put the brass bushings in. So I WD-40 the actual pin just because it makes it easier when you put the brass bushings in. You have 2 bushings. I tried to ask the actual manufacturer who designed them if which one's supposed to go on top and which one's supposed to go on bottom. They didn't give me an answer, so I went with the larger one goes on the top, and the bottom one, which I'm struggling at the moment, that one goes there, and the smaller one goes on the bottom, just like that. Make sure it sits down in there flush, but just like that. And now we'll put the door back together. Unfortunately, this is where it kind of becomes a little bit of a challenge to get everything to work with you. So you can see the bottom one is now in, the top one is in. I oiled them, like I said again, and then you're just gonna put your C-clip back on, and the bottom one is done. So now we have both the bottom one and the top one. You do have to do it at the same time, otherwise it just doesn't work. So you kind of have to put the bushing in at the same time, and then you can just work on a C-clip at a time. I did forget to mention, don't forget your washer underneath and then your C-clip. So we have the bushings in, we have the C-clips and the washers back in. Now we're gonna actually try to start putting this door back together. It is a little bit of a challenge, but we'll figure it out. Basically the same way you take it off, you're gonna be putting it back on the exact same way. So you kinda just wanna line this up, but not set it anywhere, because you don't want to snap anything in yet, because you still need to get back to those those last 3 screws we took out. Alright, so we put all the screws back together. A little bit, like I said, it's a little bit of a challenge, but unfortunately it's too hard to film trying to do that. So, but as you can see, when she goes to move the door doesn't move. Before, it moved, and the plastic bushings are going to fail. Why Kawasaki did it that way, I'm not really sure. If you guys have any questions, please let us know. Please like and subscribe. Anything else over there?
Comment. I don't know if you said that.
I'm not sure if I did or not. I did say any questions, but...
Yeah, and if you have any questions on it, but... and also don't forget to like and subscribe. Yeah, that's it. Alright guys, bye.